All right, y'all. This is one of those talks we got to have, but we really don't want to. Here we go. It's about unforgiveness. Let's start with the definition. Definition is unwilling or unable to forgive someone for upsetting or betraying you or breaking your trust. Okay? So you're unwilling or unable to release that person for what they did. All right? On the other side of the spectrum is forgiveness. Now, the definition for forgiveness is intentional decision to release anger or resentment. Okay? So one is a decision to not release, and the other one is a decision to release. Now, most of us, when we think about forgiveness, we're thinking, like, why I got to forgive this person? Isn't it like giving them permission to hurt me? Like, shouldn't I hold them accountable? Here's the thing. Yes, you should hold them accountable. But not forgiving them is not the way to do that. Let me explain. When we forgive someone, it's for you, not the other person. Now, how does that work? It's like taking a poison and hoping that the other person dies. When you don't forgive, you are putting all the pressure on you. And here's the thing. It's a power play at the end of the day. You over here doing a power play against yourself. Think about that. A power play against yourself. You're over here like, I'm going to hold them hostage to what they did to me and hope that something happens. This is how this goes. All of us, we're all human. We're going to all make mistakes. We're going to make decisions that are questionable. It is what it is. Even unintentionally, we're going to do that, right? And for all of those things, there is going to be a consequence, right? Sometimes it's a good consequence. Sometimes it's not so good consequence. Either way, regardless of how the other person responds or reacts, the consequence is going to happen anyway. So with you holding this person and the experience hostage, you are not causing them to have a consequence unless, of course, you decide vengeance is yours. And you know what God says about that. But here's the thing. If you decide vengeance, rightfully so, because you were hurt, right? The human side would be like, yeah, they got to pay. Vengeance is mine. But here's the thing. When you do that, then you're causing consequences on yourself, which means that they're going to still get their consequence because they hurt you. But then you got to get a consequence because you did something to them. Really, does it make sense? Why do you want to hurt yourself all over again to try to hurt them for hurting you? Like, really, think about that. But a lot of times we do that because we're so hurt and we're so much in our emotions that it's like, you're not going to have power over me. But here's the thing. They do have power over you. They have so much power over you that you'd rather be a victim than a victor. Think about that. They have so much power over you that you are stuck in the cycle with them as opposed to releasing them and letting God handle it. Believe me, God can handle it much better than you can. And you won't get the consequences. Think about that. But of course, in our heads, we're thinking, I'm going to hold myself in this prison so that they can suffer. No, that's not how that works. You hold yourself in the prison, you're going to suffer. And it comes through your mental health. It comes through your spiritual health. It comes through your emotional health. It comes through your whole body overall health. Literally, heart attacks, strokes, because you're holding grudges. High blood sugar, stress, strain, because you're holding the grudge. Depression, because you're stuck in the experience. Anxiety, because you're preparing for the experience again. Instead of living in the moment where you are, dealing with your emotions where you are, and then working towards the healing. Yes, you're causing yourself to be sick and hoping the other person gets sick. So think about it. What really is it benefiting you? Ask yourself that question. How is it benefiting you that you're holding on to this grudge and you're not forgiving that person? Really, how? If it's causing you to be sick, how is it benefiting you? Second question I want you to ask yourself, and I really want you to think about this. What's the outcome that you really want to happen to the other person by you not forgiving them? Like, what is it that you want? Do you want them to be sick because you're sick? I mean, I'm just saying, like, what is the outcome that you think that's going to happen by you not forgiving them. And the third thing, when are you going to decide to be the victor? When are you going to decide to take your power back? Because remember, if that person can change you and make you bitter and make you upset and have you sick and frustrated because they hurt you, they had the power because you gave it to them. So when are you going to take your power back and be a victor instead of a victim? When are you going to do that? Think about that. Now, the Bible verse, what God says in Matthew 6, chapter 14 to 15 verse, it says, and I did the Amplified Bible on purpose. It says, for if you forgive, and in parentheses it says, their reckless or willful sins, the transgressions of others, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others, and it says nurturing your hurt and anger with the result that it interferes with your relationship with God, then your Father will not forgive your trespasses. So basically, you're blocking your blessings with God by not forgiving the other person. So not only are you making yourself sick, not only are you holding yourself hostage in the experience and in the emotions and in the pain of the situation, not only are you victimizing yourself, you are also losing favor with God. Because God can't get to you if you're sinning. And you're sinning by not releasing this. Whatever we're doing to make ourselves sick, it is a sin. Okay? And therefore, God can't get to us. You have to release that in order for him to be able to do what he needs to do in you. Okay? So I want you to think about that. Is not forgiving them and holding on for dear life to that emotion, that pain, that frustration, that betrayal, whatever it is, that experience. Is it more important than getting your blessings from God? Is it more important than walking in your purpose? Is it more important to see them suffer than it is to see you triumph? I mean, really make the decision, because at the end of the day, you're not helping yourself by holding them hostage to something. Again, the consequence is going to be the consequence. It has nothing to do with you. But if you're holding this against them, you're really holding it against yourself. And you're giving up all the power that you have inside of you to them. They literally control everything about you until you let go and forgive. So think about that. Who's more important in this case? Is it you or is it them? Now the song today, this goes back to the 90s. Bag Lady. Okay? Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you what you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. Girl, I know sometimes it's hard and you can't let go. Oh, when someone hurts you oh so bad inside, you can't deny it. You can't stop crying. And so, if you start breathing, you won't believe it. Yeah, it feels so good, oh so good inside. Beg a lady, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Ooh, let it go.